Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Namestream back with another blunt vlog, blunt pod, blunt vlog, blunt pod. I don't even know which one I'm saying, but I think I need to do these a little more regular. You know, if you seen my last video, I'm back with a little bit more bread in my pocket, so that's good. You know, if you ain't checked my last video, you gotta check it out. I was talking about the economy, job market, you know, and just how fucked it is right now trying to find work, and people who had work and all this type of shit. This shit ain't, it's difficult. I say it like that, it's difficult. And so, shoot, today, strain is gelato. I'm smoking on some gelato, and it's some good gelato. It's not just gelato, it's a hybrid mix or something else, but shit potent. But, you know, I don't even know what to even talk about today. You know, you got so much going on in the world. You know, the main thing I guess I could start talking about is just get your mind right. There's so much stuff to distract you. You know, I wonder why, you know, we able to sit on YouTube for hours and listen to people that we like, or, you know, really fuck with, you know, certain content for just like Instagram and social media and stuff like that for hours a day. But then, like, we can't have whole conversations for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You know, niggas don't even like to be talking to each other in the grocery store. People don't want you to say hi. You know, like, and I think the whole trajectory, look, I'll be honest with you, I had fucked myself over a couple months ago. I ran myself into a ditch. Anybody close to me know these stories. If you close to me, you know I got Baker acted, right? If you close to me, you know I went down the ditch. Like, I was Baker acted. I was in the main Miami-Dade County facility for Baker Acts, you know. So I saw everybody in that motherfucker. That's the hub. I had to come, you know, that's where you come through. And so, you know, that situation, the reason I got there is because I had, well, what they say, any reason, any reason a man is in a situation is a lack of discipline. Whether it's emotional discipline, you know, beating your wife, going to shoot a nigga because you got mad, you know, whether it's financial discipline or lack thereof, you know, hey, you ain't been able to budget your money right, you wasn't saving right, you wasn't spending on the right things, you know, even spiritual discipline. You could fall off the horse, spiritual discipline. So, I don't know, man. I need to do blunts more because I see a lot of people don't have people to talk to. And to be honest with you, a lot of people got, like, with this social media and shit, a lot of people just, it's garbage. Motherfucking garbage going through your motherfucking head, bro. It's fucked. So, I'm just talking about random shit that's going on right now. A lot of shit I be looking at is the housing market. I'm a young man in my 20s. I'm from the hood. I'm from this type of stuff, you know. But I'm also trying to not be just, you know, the status quo that we see coming out the hood. You know, I wanna the American dream, so to speak, but it's not really the American dream because I don't know if I was ever included in it. But, you know, I want a house. I want to raise my kids. I want a woman I love. I kiss up on me, be a good mommy, be a good daddy, you know, and create that environment. What I'm seeing right now, let's be straight up and down about this shit and transparent. This shit ain't for that. This shit we dealing with right now, this shit ain't for no family. Motherfuckers now ain't pushing family, ain't pushing, you know, the way these housing and the way the economy and the tax bracket and all that shit, this shit ain't for family. So You know, so how I got into the Baker Act situation, right? I was going through therapy. I put myself in therapy. I had a lot of situations dealing with a breakup. You know, dealing with a breakup, making more money than I was ever making. This is like 3 months ago, 4 months ago at this point. Making more money, you know, just all this stuff. But I lost sight of what the real goals was in life. You know, I lost sight of family, why you do it for. You know, what is money without humans? What is money without humans? What is a Ferrari without a motherfucker who thinks a Ferrari is worth a lot? What is a motherfucking big house without some small houses to make you feel like the house big? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what is the point of all this shit? And so when you really get down to it and start asking yourself the important questions of life, you might realize you don't really want it as bad as you think you do. And I didn't realize that, and I ended up losing family, loved ones, friends off of, you know, just quick situation, just making money, feeling like I'm doing the right thing, feeling like I'm doing the best thing in my life, and then realizing, oh my God, you know, nobody's there. It's like the saying when they say, oh, it's lonely at the top. The only reason it's lonely at the top because your ass boxed everybody out while you was climbing up that mountain. Yeah, wasn't looking for nobody else to come up there with you. You was just trying to get to the top. And you say, look, it's easier to travel light. I can travel with less baggage. I can travel with less people. Let me get to the top. The unfortunate situation of doing that shit is you end up alone at the top. Unless you take your time and travel, you know, a little bit heavier. You bring up the people that have been with you since day one and shit like that. The people that you want to enjoy the riches with. And that's what it's about. You can't just leave people behind if they trying to come with you and if you want them there, you know? And you got to be willing to accept, you know, if you want to be left behind or if you want to stay, you know, what you going to do to stay with a motherfucker. So, for example, I'm over here making money. I'm getting in my bag. I'm waking up doing this and this and that. I'm not valuing the person laying in the bed next to me. I'm not giving as much time to my child like I need to. I'm not prioritizing my relationships in the best way of a balanced thing. Because I'm like, look, all this shit gonna be as soon as I get this motherfucking bag dropped on my ass, as soon as I get this bag, this shit done, I'm good. This bag coming, bro. You know, I want to look back on this, so I'm gonna tell my bag was 20K. My bag was 20 bands. Other people risk it for way more, millions. Some people risk it for way less, a couple hundred. But my bag was 20 bands. I was waiting on my 20 bands. I was like, once my 20 bands come in, all my problems gone away. I see it, the 20 is coming. I got it. Well, that was bullshit. I didn't get to the 20 because I lost my head on the way up. Because I lost what was able to give me that support on the way up. I lost love. I lost care and affection. I lost my motivation, my ambition, right? Like, why did I want to do all this? You know, so I can get a beautiful house for my family, so I can be, you know, support the ones I love, so I can be the breadwinner and provide, and so I could do things for my community and change people's lives, shit like that. That's why I did this shit. Well, when you tunnel everybody out and get in that hole, you lose sight of all the shit you're working for. So I ended up going in and getting the Baker Act. If you don't know what a Baker Act is, you know, it's 72 hours. You got to be, you know, pretty much under hospital, medical, A little more than medical, a little less than jail. You know what I'm saying? It's a little more than just hospital, a little less than jail. Some motherfuckers going to jail right after they finish their Baker Act. Some motherfuckers going to a halfway house, therapy, like, you know, like a little, like a halfway house, you know, what they call that, like a group home, you know. Some motherfuckers like me going back to the world. And so, you know, I don't have no crazy stories about, you know, where I was and nothing like that. But other than like where I was mentally, like I ain't got no crazy stories about the facilities and all that shit. That's, you know, I talk, you know, that's regular. I mean, it's just, it's more about how I play on your own mental. And so to get handcuffed and taken out of my apartment and shit, it really had me like introspective, like, damn, you know. And so my apartment, you gotta understand, I put my apartment got these, you know, it had these, you know, view of the north and the east unobstructed, and it was a beautiful apartment. I liked it, I was comfortable. But I wasn't comfortable. It looked comfortable, but I wasn't comfortable. The apartment was beautiful because, you know, the things I was able to provide for myself, but I was still trying to go. I wasn't even enjoying the fruits of my labor. Ended up losing that. And so to be brought down from, you know, the viewpoint I was at in handcuffs, being brought down with the police, being taken into the facility, being put behind, it's like, it really made me like, damn, bruh, you got so caught up in your shit, your world, you ain't really see what the fuck was going on. That shit can happen. So like, this is me reminding the viewers, anybody who listening, like, bro, don't get caught up in your fucking world. Do not get caught up in your world like that. Where I'm at right now is 10 times better than where I was at 3-4 months ago. I got so much more health. I was on my grizzly, but you know, it's not just physical health, it's mental health, it's, you know, emotional health, it's, you know, how are people saying that you're healthy? You know what I'm saying? You can't only judge yourself from yourself. You got to ask another motherfucker, you know, what they think you're doing. You know what I'm saying? How you look in this world. Otherwise, that's like a sociopath. Like, you can't only judge yourself. You need external validation. You feel me? And so, did the Baker Act, got out, and that shit had taught me, like, you really got to put your values in check. And so, one of the things, like, even the reason I'm doing this video, it's a little more chill and shit than my normal. Not as much as a topic base, but I'm just realizing, like, people aren't talking as much. You know, I reach out to people, we have conversations and stuff, but ultimately, if I can reach the people, if I can reach the masses by being on this more consistently, that's exactly what the fuck I'm gonna do. That's exactly what the fuck, and now I see it like, okay, this is what I need to do. I need to reach out to the masses, you know, with this. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speak out on the blunt. This is more intentional of what I wanna do. I wanna have these conversations. I wanna be able to, you know, just talk about how the focus is so much on providing and resources and scarcity world and all this shit that it's like, what the fuck are we doing all this shit for? You gotta be like a kid, like, ask yourself why, like, and keep asking yourself why. Why do I want to do that? Well, why is my why like that? And you know, and you got to keep asking why, because otherwise you drive yourself into a hole. You drive yourself into a ditch over here, working a job. You know you ain't like it that much when you took it. You was just happy you had the job, or you know you ain't, you know, wasn't too hot on, you know, the car you got, but the payment was just decent enough. It was already right there, and it's why you did it. Remind yourself why. Oh, well, I needed it right now to get through this season. I needed to get to work. You know, I got my family. But if your whys don't stand up, I'm going to just tell you straight up, you know, I feel like, and maybe this is a little arrogant, but I feel like that's something I do at my age that I don't feel like a lot of my age group does. You know, if you do it at any age, shout out to you, but I don't feel like people really question themselves enough. And I think they're afraid to do it because they know, truthfully, it could shatter their whole empire. And that's what I did. I shattered my whole empire by going into therapy and by just breaking it down to the foundation of this little kid with these undealt with traumas, and, you know, my motivating, understanding why I want to take some of them and keep motivating and pushing and pumping through that shit, but also understanding like that I have them and how it pushes me, and I'm not unconsciously being pushed by a lot of that shit. Now no, I know I do that. Yeah, I know where that come from. I'm not saying everything I know, but a lot more has been awakened. I'm happy that I know it. And so, you know, you get to a point where it's like, you got to shatter them. You got to shatter what is, what you thought was. You got to shatter what you thought you knew. You know, if you're saying, why do I work this job? Why am I in this field? Why do I have this relationship? Why do I live like this? You have to really go in and say, well, why? Oh, well, I wanted to, you know, make some money because of, well, why? Or I wanted to, you know, do this for a long time. Why did you want to do that for a long time? What was the first thought you had of money? What was the first idea you had to do this? And why did you have that? Oh, well, because this person passed away. Well, why did that person passing away influence you to do it? Well, why did you, you know, feel like you didn't have enough money as a kid, you know, so now you need to go ahead and compensate by getting so much money so you have a more stable life for yourself? Why? And so for my thing personally was just like, why do I want to get all this money and got all these? When I was a kid, money was the reason I didn't have my mommy and daddy around. That's what I was told. Everybody had to go get money. I gotta work. I gotta go do this. Yeah, we can't do this because of money. We don't have enough. I gotta go get some more. Money was always that person to my life. Don't have enough. Gotta get some more. We always chasing. You know, go get some money here. Can't do that. No money. It's okay. We love you. Everybody love you. No, we not together. Money not. You know, all these type of things. So I say, okay. And I got down and I broke all the way down to this by the grace of breaking it down and saying, oh, I'm just an 8-year-old, 7-year-old, that same 7-year-old boy who said, damn. It was on my 8th birthday. My 8th birthday. Didn't nobody call me. My dad didn't call me. My mom, you know, my dad didn't live with me. My dad didn't call me on my 8th birthday. You know, I didn't hear, you know, I don't even remember that. But I know my mom had to work. She had to do stuff because she was getting back into school, and she was in school. My aunt had to work, and these are the people who was taking care of me. I was at home alone, and it was my birthday. I was just in the house alone. I remember it was dark. The you know, when you're a kid, sometimes you didn't. This was before I was really letting down curtains, turning lights off. So it's just dark, house dark, window, the curtains up. You know, it's just dark outside, peering through the house. I got on a one TV screen in a dark house, you know, those. And so I remember I went to the back room, and this at the time, you could see a whole bunch of like across the tracks from where I live. You can kind of peer through and see like the neon lights and stuff from the buildings across the tracks on the east side. The buildings close to the beach, you know, you could see the lights, and just looks lively. The thought of what lively was, and I say, I'm gonna make sure I make all the money, so nobody ever have to leave. Nobody ever I won't have to be alone. So that's where the money came from for me. Money was like, okay, I won't have to be alone. I can go and get all the money, make it so nobody ever got to go, hey, I got it right here. It's right here. You ain't got to go to get the money. No, we got enough. We could do that. And so you can see how that matures as a seed. right? That's a seed that matures and it brings and it grows with you as a young man. So that was my story, right? So my story was, you know, I wanted money for people to be around. That's why I wanted money. Okay. Now, once you also break that down, you then realize, well, shit, money ain't gonna keep a motherfucker around regardless. Now that I done broke that down, I'm like, well, shit, money ain't gonna keep anybody around just because you got money. Or it might keep the wrong people around, right? Not the people you love or the people that are there for love, who love you. So then you start to say, well, damn, now I might not want that. Well, that shattered everything. You think, oh, well, it shattered, you know, the fact that I was about to make 20 bands and what I was doing to make 20 bands. And do I want the money? Well, you still want the money. You can't just overnight get rid of that. But now you can understand the real measure of wealth for me is how many people that I love are around me and that love me. So that's the point I was able to get to. I don't want the Ferrari if I ain't got nobody to. I want the people, the friend first, to have the Ferrari, to be able to be like, nigga, I just got the Ferrari. You about to, come on, you want to drive it? You know, I can get one for you. That's why I want the friend to get the Ferrari. I want to be the type of person that love myself. Before I even think about people wanting to be around me. So, and it really wasn't people in general. It was, you know, again, it was mother, father, family members and stuff like that. But it builds. Again, it builds on other things. And so that's what I learned about myself. And shit, I definitely, like, if you just got to ask yourself, why? Why am I living how I'm living? Why am I doing what I'm doing? And you get better every day. Everybody get better. I do these more videos because I'm like, damn, I watch a lot of content. I have a lot of conversations. You know what? I want to put my thoughts out there a little bit more. I want to put my shit to the masses. I want people to hear what I got to say. I want to hear what I have to say. In the manner in which I say it. So then I'm like, okay. And then it's also, I'll be on there, I'm like, it's not enough content. It's not enough content from unique people. A unique perspective is never unoriginal. So, you know, I'm thankful to be even in a position to make these videos, help people out who going through different things. But in a nutshell, you just got to ask yourself why. And once you know, and so where does this get you? Where does this lead you? Asking why. No, it doesn't necessarily lead you to an inevitable breakdown of who you are and your foundation. No. It doesn't necessarily lead you to that. But what it will, even after that, whether it leads you to that one or not, it will give you more strength in knowing yourself. When you know why at the core you move and how you do everything, it's very hard to change that person's course of action or, you know, really sway them. You know, that's a mental stamina that they can afford, because at every turn, they know why. You can't trick them. Just keep asking yourself why until you don't have another answer. Well, why you love yourself? Why you love your family? Because I just do. I feel. I have a heart. Why? I'm not sure why. So that's all I say. Break it down, you know. Talk to yourself in the best way, in the healthiest way, with positive thoughts, positive reinforcement. You know, people talk to themselves all day. You talk to yourself when you think about what you about to buy. Am I gonna buy that? Damn, I don't know if you talking to yourself. Even internal, whether it's in your head, non-verbal or verbal, it don't matter. You talking to yourself. And the issue is, you're talking to yourself when we going on social media back and forth all day. You're talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself. And the bullshit, the fucking bullshit that be on these timelines and these, I don't know, that's why I don't be fucking with the shit like that. Because it's bullshit. And it's, you know, it's like a drunk talking to you all day. Like a drunk on the side of the street that you already know be saying bullshit, but you're just listening to that person all day. The drunk. You're gonna start saying some bullshit soon, after a minute. You're gonna say some bullshit after a minute, after a while. So, finish the rest of this blunt. I have more content coming for y'all soon. And we out. Peace.